Hello gamers, Magehammer here. Welcome to another edition of Tonight on Magehammer's Game Table. This is a video, it's going to be a continuing series in my playtesting my homebrew superhero miniatures game that I'm calling 6 Dice Super Skirmish. I'm using a bigger board this time, and my tripod is not tall enough. I'm not getting like the corners of the play area. I think most of the action is going to happen on camera. But if something happens off camera, I do apologize. It's just limitations of my setup. But hopefully be able to get enough out of this that you'll see what's going on and understand enough to enjoy it. So without further ado, I'm playing with completely different villains and heroes than my last two videos. I also am using, I'm play testing my henchman rule. I've got a troop of space soldiers here, and they are under the command of this guy here. They are his hirelings, lackeys, mercenaries, whatever. And so we're going to see how those rules work in my game system. Play test those. I have made several tweaks to the system since my last video. See if any of those play out. So the scenario for tonight is that this used to be a city, and these interdimensional invaders by the team over here, many different dimensional invaders have invaded Earth, and they've been bombing the cities, and this particular city has put up quite a fight. So this team of interdimensional villains, I suppose, is supposed to come in, and there's one final nuclear weapon that they're going to blow up this whole city. Since it's been putting up such a resistance, it's time to take them out. They're going to set a timer, and they'll be able to teleport away with their technology. But a band of heroes, part of the group that has been giving the interdimensional invaders such a hard time, is here to stop them. They got wind of it. They got wind of their plans. They know the location of the nuclear weapon. It's in this area somewhere, and they're going to try to get the nuclear weapon, either disarm it or get it out of here. They have a team member named Mecha Man who has a computer brain. He might be able to disarm it. Otherwise, they may just have to fly it out of here. Batman at the end of the last Batman, or Nolan Batman movie. And I guess also the Batman. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So that's the scenario I'm playing with. You know, like most of the things I do, I kind of make it up as I go along. I have just a basic outline, general idea in my head what I want to do. I've added some vehicles, but there's really only one unit or one model on the board with actual super strength. You know, I was hoping somebody could throw a car, you know, but we may not be able to do that in this one. We'll see how it all plays out. Rocking some of my new terrain. Got a lot of Battlefield in the Box, my favorite kind of terrain, the craters. I just got this fountain at my local game store, Infinite Realms. Great bunch of guys. I even have one of their promotional dice, so when their logo pops up, that's a 6, kids. This is going to be the damage table die tonight. It's a pretty die, so that's their most recent promotional die, so I'm looking forward to rolling that on the table tonight. And the rest, I got these terrain pieces. I got off a guy off of eBay. He has a store on eBay. One of those has the name of his terrain shop. But anyway, so it's all foam core terrain. It's really sweet stuff, good for ruins. And then I have a couple of pieces of Warhammer 40,000 Games Workshop terrain as a part of my ruined buildings, give it more of a modern look. So that's what I'm working with here. If you had any questions about that, there they were answered. So the teams for tonight are, the villains are sending in Mega Mechatron. He is a walking battle bot. He's got some really cool weapons, lots of weapons going on, fairly decent armor, very strong and powerful. We have Dratka. She is an alien hunter, and she is hunting heroes. So Dratka, she's part of this team trying to get to the bomb, and she's there to help fight off the heroes that are going to try to stop it. These are the henchmen that work for Dithip is a dimensional death dealer, is what he calls himself. He is the leader of this group. He is in charge of this op, and he is ready to make sure no heroes stop him. And they've brought an alien whose name is only known as Lord Dominus. He is able to take over people's minds and bring them to his side. So we're going to see how that plays out. Very powerful power. I want to see if it really works in my game and see how I'm going to have to tweak his power or not, and see how that goes. In the meantime, over here, the heroes that are opposing them is Mecha Man. He's the one that they're going to rely on to maybe disarm the nuclear weapon. Then we have Agent W. She is part of a government team that is trying to form a resistance against the interdimensional invaders, and she's in charge of this team here, trying to stop that nuclear weapon. They have recruited an extra dimensional alien dude named Star Hunter. He is going to aid them. He has some knowledge of these aliens and might be able to help them fight them. Then we have a man with ice powers known as Freezerburn, local hero, does what he can to help keep the people of this city safe. And then we also have another alien, Talon, who his people were wiped out by these interdimensional invaders, and he is here to make sure that doesn't happen again to this planet. So those are the teams, and so I've already deployed them, but I did not roll to see who goes first. I just kind of threw them out there. Blue was best for camera, or best as I could get. So Frosted Blue is the heroes, the purple is the invaders. So let's see who activates first. It is going to be the heroes. They need to get to that nuke. Talon has the best move, 14 inches. So they're going to send him. He's going to try to get out there and try to grab that nuke, because mobility is going to be everything. It's going to be everything. So we'll see how this plays out. So 12 inches. So he can move. So actually he can't quite reach there, so he's just going to take a double move and land on it, and he's going to try to pick it up and take it. Going forward, I think I will make, when somebody picks it up, I'm going to make it this little gray Fantasy Flight token. So we'll just swap that out. I guess that was better for the camera as a nuke, whatever. So it'll be easier for him to carry. So he is now on it, but has not yet been able to grab it. That is his activation. Now we are going to activate someone over here. Now Lord Dominus understands he can read everybody's mind on the board. He has a very powerful ability, and I want to see how it plays. Now, he is going to make a mind attack against Talon and try to bring him to his side. And the only way, if this attack is successful and Talon joins their side, Talon can be brought back to the other side. If Talon himself is stunned, or if Lord Dominus becomes stunned, then all those that he is controlling will no longer be controlled. So this is Lord Dominus' is a mind attack against Talon's mind ability. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He gets 6 attack against Talon. And then poor Talon only has a 3 dice, but he does a 3 up to try to resist. He's not going to be able to do it. He's able to avoid 2 of them, but not all of them. Thus, he has now joined the other side. Technically, I don't have that mind control is a 2-action power, so I'm going to try it as a 1-action power, and he is going to try to grab Freezerburns' mind as well. This is not going to go well. I think this playtest is doomed to fail. 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, Freezerburns not resisting it. He only has 3 dice against 4. So he resists 2 of it, but now he is on the other team. Yeah, that might be a little too powerful, but let's play it out and see how it goes, right? Sometimes Heroes have to fight against crazy odds. I just activated Dominus. So now it is the hero's turn. Star Hunter doesn't quite know Freeze or Burn has been turned yet. Agent W is like, Mecha Man, get out there, get to that, help Talon get that nuclear weapon. So, Mecha Man moves 8 inches. So you can move this way, you can move through friendly units, you can't move, obviously. Alright, then we're going to get to some rough terrain. It's going to cost 2 extra inches, so you'll only be able to move 6 inches there. He does a double move, heading towards Talon to help who he thinks is his ally. I might, on every activation, give those people that are mind controlled another, like if they roll a 4, they avoid the mind. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But right now, this is rough. So Freezer Burn is part of the enemy. So right now, we're going to have Freezer Burn attack Star Hunter with a surprise attack. He is going to put an ice sheath around him and restrain him. So he is automatically restrained with an ice sheath. I will indicate that with this old dice. Is that big enough? Is that going to fit? I don't think it's going to fit. He is ice sheathed, which basically just means he's restrained, which means he can break out with his strength on his activation. His strength is pretty good, not great. So with a 3 strength, it is going to take him 3 activations to break out of that restraint. So, yikes. So Freezer Burn has frozen him. Agent W saw that, goes, what the heck? Now Freezer Burn is going to move 6 inches. This is rough terrain, so it's actually only going to be 4 inches. Over here, get some cover, and also try to move on Mecha Man. Now, Mecha Man, of course, being a robot, is not going to be able to be mind controlled because he is immune to mental attacks. But Freezer Burn might be able to take him out. All right, so Agent W is like, Freezer Burn, what are you doing? So she is going to... She has gravity pistol, but he's got cover. The range there's no range in this game. People can shoot from one end of the table to the next. So she's going to take a shot at Freezer Burn to try to take him down, because apparently he is an enemy, and see if she can knock some sense into him. So she's going to fire off her gravity pistol at him. She hits on 3s. Woo! Actually hits on 4s because he has cover. 2, 4, 6. So unfortunately, that is only 6. And then Freezer Burn has a good defense because he is ice. He has ice around him, ice shield, and so forth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he is able to avoid. Oh, 1. So 2, 4, 6. Oh, so 1 hit. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. So 1 hit. We'll roll the Infinite Realms damage die. And 3, 4. And that's a shrug off in the damage table. So Freezer Burn avoids the shot from her gravity pistol. And she takes another shot. She's like, this needs to stop. So she hits on 4s. So this one, man, that's great. How many dice did she get? I think I screwed up her dice. Nope, I got the right dice. All right, so 6s are 2 successes. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 this time. Freezer Burn saves on 2s, though, because of all his ice shielding. And he saves 5 of them, of the 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So 3 under the damage die. So let's see what happens. 6. Freezer Burn is staggered. So he goes backwards a base. So further away from Mecha Man at least. Didn't quite stun him, which is what she needed to do to bring him out of his stupor. So she has been activated. Back to the bad guys. Mega Mechatron is going to make a move to get up to help support Talon, maybe shoot at Mecha Man. So he moves 10 inches because of his long stride. And he's got to go through rough terrain twice. So that takes off 4 inches. So he's actually only moving 6. So that's one move. Now, he can see Mecha Man, but that wall is behind him. So he's going to fire off at Mecha Man with his weapons. He has a targeting computer. This is one of those rare occasions where he's going to roll 8 dice. And then he normally hits on 2s, but because of that wall, he's hitting on 3s. All his weapons firing off at Mecha Man, so not too terrible. 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 on Mecha Man. Mecha Man is going to roll defense 6 dice, saving on 3s. He gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he avoids the firepower of Mega Mechatron. And Mega Mechatron is now activated. So back to the allies. He is going to spend 2. Star Hunter is going to spend 2 activations to break free of the restraint, so he has 1 more activation to do to be able to get out of there. And then that's his activation. Back to the enemy, we've got the Death Dealer. He's basically going to just make a double move, get up here behind this wall, and be able to move out if he needs to, but also not be able to be targeted. So that's a double move. He has been activated. And then the henchmen, they don't move very much, so they're going to move over here, double move, all that rough terrain. And then they also have Drathka, Alien Hunter. She moves on to 6. And she is going to help support Talon. All right, and double move. And that's her activation. So that's everybody's activation. So we'll take off the activation tokens. Poor Star Hunter trying to break out of there. Yeah. See how this plays out. All right, so the heroes activate first because it's whoever activated last in the last round goes first in the next round. So Mecha Man doesn't quite know Talon has turned yet. So he is going to walk over there and try to get the nuke off of Talon. He moves 8, but he's going to have to go through rough terrain, so we're going to call it 6. So he walks up to Talon and says, "Give me the bomb." And Talon says, "No." And Mecha Man's like, "What do you mean by no?" And so he grabs, on his second action, he actually grabs the nuke. Because technically Talon doesn't quite have it yet because he wasn't able to activate it. So Mecha Man now has it. He grabs it up before Talon can grab it. But they are base to base because he wanted to... Alright, so that's his activation. Now Talon is like, "Oh, heck no. Give that back." And Mecha Man's like, I don't know what's going on with you, Talon. I don't know what's going on with you, Talon. And so Talon is going to attack with his titanium tipped talons. And he attacks on a... This is going to be a strength because it's a melee, which he has pretty good with his talons. So he's hitting on 3s. Woo! 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mecha Man has a decent defense, but I don't know about how much he's going to shake off of this. 9. So he saves on 3s. And he gets 4. Oof. So that's only hits 5 on the damage die. Oh, this is not looking good. 6. Not terrible. He is staggered. So he goes back. Talon doesn't quite have super strength. But Mecha Man is pushed out of the crater. Talon is going to now fly at him and try to strike him again for his second action. So he attacks with his talons again. He had an amazing roll that time. Let's see what he gets this time. Hitting on 3s. So this time not as great. 3 1s, oof. So he gets 3 hits. Mecha Man still has 6 with saving on 3s. And he is able to avoid those talons with no problem. Alright, so by this time, the heroes know that Talon is turned. And so it's their activation. Star Hunter takes 1 activation to get out of the restraint. He breaks free of the ice sheath finally. And then he is going to take a shot at Freezer Burn. Try to knock some sense into him with his ion pistol. So he's going to fire that at Freezer Burn. It normally hits on 3s, but because of the cover that Freezer Burn has, it is now hitting, or hits on 2s, but because of the cover, it's going to be hitting on 3s. 2, 3, 4. Thanks to that cover, Freezer Burn has a really good save because of all of his ice shielding. So he's rolling 6 dice, savings on 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. So just enough to avoid. It looked like 5. Anyway, he avoids the pistol shot, and unfortunately, he can't make another pistol shot because he had to break out of the ice sheath. But he is now activated. The bad guys go, and Mega Mechatron is going to come to his defense. He's able to move with no problem across this, but once he hits this, it's rough terrain. So he can move 8 off that first move. And now he can take a shot at somebody, but no, he's going to take a shot at, I guess, Star Hunter. He's the only one he can see. He can't shoot at Mecha Man because he's engaged with a friend of his. He's not going to fire Freezer Burn. Well, he could fire Freezer Burn. He doesn't. Well, he doesn't know. He's going to go for the one he knows. He knows Star Hunter from past encounters, so he's going to shoot at him. So Star Hunter has cover. So normally Mecha Megatron hits on 2s, so he's actually hitting on 3s. That's quite a few hits. Holy crap! Mega Mechatron is a crazy walking weapon. So 4, 8, 9. Now, he has plasteel armor, so that's pretty good. He saves on 2s. So he gets 5 saves. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5 saves, so 4. So we're rolling the damage giant, adding 4. 10. Oh my gosh. Well, that's it. Star Hunter has been knocked out from Mega Mechatron. So he moved and shot. So that's Infinite Realms logo. Means knockout in most cases. All right, so that brings us to, this is not looking good. We may have to rethink that mind control thing because I think that's really hurting them. All right, so Agent W, she's like, the most important thing is to get that nuke out of here. She knows that she can't go against this Mega Mechatron because he'll take her out. So she can shoot a Freezer Burn. So she's going to shoot a Freezer Burn. Maybe to knock some sense into him. So she is shooting, hitting on 3s. Oh my gosh. Actually, she's hitting on 4s because he has cover. 1 hit. All right, he's going to make this. I mean, he has ice shields. Yeah, he made it. Okay. That was just a formality. That was ugly. All right, so she's going to shoot again. Second action for her activation. She's firing her pistol. She gets, yes, hitting on 3s, but it's actually 4s. Oh, that has got to be the single worst roll in the history of my videos. Oh my gosh, that is ugly. So she has 1 hit. He's going to save this with his ice shield. He does barely. Barely. That was a 3, so yeah. Barely. Interesting. Anyway, enough though. Guns do not hurt him. She is activated. This is not really looking good. Okay. So, this bomb might go off. So, freezer burn. He's going to move 4. If he tries to go there, it'll be rough terrain, so he just stops there. And then he's going to use the rough terrain to move 4 for his second action. He's going to try to help out Talon. Lord Dominus is so far away. So I have no other heroes to activate. So it's back to the bad guys. And Drathka, the alien hunter, she is going to move 6 inches. Actually, she's going to activate her teleporter belt. Teleport adjacent to Mecha Man. And punch him with her armored fist. Hitting on 4s. 4, so she rolls 4. Mecha Man has a decent defense. He rolls 6 dice, defending on 3s. So actually, 1 hit. So we roll the damage die up to the damage table, and it's a 5, which staggers him. So he's going to move back, which will change the dynamic a little bit. But she teleported and she punched, and so she has activated. And that brings us to yet another enemy. Lord Dominus is going to try to dominate Agent W. Yeah, I'm gonna have to nerf his ability. Maybe he can only mind control 1 person at a time. Yeah, that's probably the way I'm gonna have to do this. Mind control 1 person at a time, and then have to use actions to maintain that. So I think that's the way I'm gonna nerf that. But for now, we're gonna play it out as is. He's gonna make an attack against her. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She has a mind of 5, and she will save on 3s. Oh, 5. What did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And then 5. So 1. So 1 is enough to take over her mind. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that power. Yeah, I think it's very powerful. If it goes 1 over even, I think it's gonna be yeah, unless I like make some kind of mind damage table, but I don't know if I want to complicate it that much. I think if I just make it that's 1 person that he can control instead of many, I think that'll nerf it well enough. But have those extra movements that the enemy get and so forth and so on. So she has been turned as well. So it's going to be up to Mecha Man here to do that. Is just going to sit back and relax. He's going to send his henchman forward with a double move. And maybe I'll give a command action. Nah, let the henchman be fairly basically autonomous. And so they make a double move across rough terrain, and that ends their actions. So Lord Dominus is gone. There's no one else for him to target, so he just kind of hangs out back behind that wall. And we go back to the beginning, which the only hero left who has not been dominated by Lord Dominus is Mecha Man, and he's going to make a run for it. If he can at least get out of the town. So he moves off the board in 1 action. And I don't think anybody can stop him. Talon could try to break him down, but then, yeah. Okay, so anyway, so he's going to make a move off the board. And even if he had been in close combat, he would have been able to move out of there and then make a move. So he's going to move off the board, and that's going to be a close escape with the nuclear weapon. And he'll say he'll go into the city and hide so that they won't be able to find him. Interesting. Okay, so that was that playtest. I think what I'm going to do the next time around is I think I'm going to run this same scenario for my next video, but giving Lord Dominus the power to only dominate the mind of one person, and then have to maintain it for just an action each time, and see how that plays out. Because I think these are interesting teams. Just didn't really get a chance to showcase them too much because that power was just way too overpowered. But that's why you play test, right? You want to try something, see how it plays on the table, and I think that's fun. Okay, so I am going to run this the same again next time, but until that time, thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying these playtest videos. I hope you're enjoying my game, really. That's the main thing. I really like it, with the exception of Lord Dominus's overpowered game-breaking power, which I'm going to fix. I think it's just fun. I mean, even that was fun. And frankly, in the end, even with Lord Dominus's power, as far as the scenario is concerned, the heroes won out. Mecha Man was able to escape with the nuke and keep it out of the hands of these enemies. Now they're probably going to have to hunt him down, and wherever that story goes will be interesting. But, you know, I think that was, I think that's awesome. It's very comic booky, which is that's what I'm aiming for, right? Superhero comic book battles with heroes I've created myself. And it doesn't get much better than that for a gamer slash pop culture nerd like myself. Okay, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please continue to watch and share this experience with me. And until next time, keep on rolling dice and playing games. And this is Magehammer, hoping you have a wonderful rest of whatever it is, night, day, morning, whatever. Thank you very much for watching. Good night. Goodbye. So long.